Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good night, everyone. My name is Pasha Febriandi. I am from Group 2. Well, today I will explain to you guys about the educational psychology by our group from Group 2. So, the role of psychology in education. Well, the definition is educational psychology is the study of the student behavior related to the learning process and teacher behavior related to the learning process. Educational psychology also studies various human behaviors involved in the educational process. Knowledge of psychology is essential for teachers or instructors as an educators, trainers, and coach. Mentors and caregivers focusing on the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor characteristic of participant and integrated basis. That's the first thing that we don't talk about is the role of psychology in education, because psychology in education was a really important thing to be learned by a teacher or the lecturer and many more that involve in the role of education, because some of the students learn the different way, some of them are understanding the different way, so that we need to learn the psychology so we can understand them, and like we know how they understand things, like how they things and things like that. Okay, I'm gonna continue to the next. The role of the psychology in learning is that, as for of the important in learning, we as a teacher must understand more. That's the thing that I was mentioned earlier. Must understand students, pay attention to their development and their thinking abilities, provide motivation for their interests and talents. That's the thing is about being a teacher. You doesn't just give like a lecturer to them. You just doesn't give a homework to them. No, you try to understand them by the way you understanding learning psychology, because every student is a different human kind of being, because the way they learn, the way they speak, the way they understand, the way they talk, it's different. So we need to understand the personalities and the things that they talk and things like that, yeah, etc. So the problem solvable that can be solved by the role of psychology is learning disabilities and behavioral issue. Some students have a difficulty while learning, and some of them cannot control their behavioral. Sorry. Okay, so that's how we as a teacher understand them and talk to them. Okay, next. Learning disabilities is the first step a teacher must take to recognize their student psychological states through observation and interviews, such as identifying factors related to anxiety, low self-esteem, or pressure from the surrounding environment. That's our role as a teacher, that we need to provide a good environment to boost up their self-esteem and to uh, understand what the things that make them feel anxiety around them. And then a teacher must recognize the student characteristic, such as whether they have a visual or auditory learning style, in order to create a psychological balance for their students so that they feel psychologically supported, neither overly pressured nor unmotivated. That's the thing, because some students are learning differently. That's the reason that we need to understand them and support them, like they feel like they in the present, like that thing. So there is some strategy that you can use, is that we can make a positive reinforcement so that they can concentrate more, and we can play such thing, and like we can change their perspective. Like if they talk bad about themselves, we can give them like things that we can tell, like you are not stupid, you're just understanding different from others. That just not make their mood down, something like that. Well, I'm gonna close it with thank you. That's all I can say. So sorry for the misunderstanding and many more. I think my English doesn't really get that perfect, and that's all from me. Thank you, and have a good night. And assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.